The open jam night is great. It usually starts off with one band and Carolyn T. And at the end of the night, it ends up to be about 5 bands. Some nights we have 3 saxophone players playing at the same time, to Carolyn T on just the mic, which she's kind of crazy, but you can deal with it. It's a blessing, not a burden. And I do enjoy the open jam nights. I'm not actually supposed to be working on Monday nights, but ever since the first time I started just helping out, I started making it my regular. So I can't complain about that at all.
Okay, why do I come to the jam? Because I love the genre of music that is covered here, R&B and soul and funk and jazz especially. I like the expression that the different musicians are having when we're getting up there, the collaboration and the atmosphere. It's a good vibe upstairs. There's the caliber of musicians that we're surrounded by is excellent, and I'm finding that it's making me grow as a singer, being able to try different things that I observe from other people, and feeling like I'm in excellent company talent-wise. It's just very encouraging, so it's worth the drive. I come from about an hour west of here every week, and I actually shifted my work hours the following day so that I could make sure I can come. And but the main reason that I keep coming is Carolyn. She's an excellent host. She's very encouraging for the talent and the collaboration. I really admire the self-promotion and the networking environment that she's encouraging. She was very warm and friendly right from get-go, and we've become friends actually since then. And I would recommend other people to come and check this jam out, even as just a spectator, because the level of music that we're getting out of this evening is unmatched as far as I'm concerned.
Basically, when I met Carolyn, I met Carolyn years ago when I was trying to start up another band. Unfortunately, that band didn't turn out too well. But anyway, a couple years later, she was hosting a jam over at College Street Bar, and I'd been reading about it, and I kept on meaning to get out, but it was always on a night when I was busy. Finally, one night I got a chance to go out, and I got to see her again. Had a ton of fun playing with her. She has such an amazing voice, you know, it's like kind of like this bravado to it, like a real strength. And you know, she was just like fun and down to earth. And then eventually she had a shortage of bass players, so she started calling me to come in, and the jam moved here to Harlem, which is like probably the best move this jam could have made, because it's such a great personality and like nice vibe in this room. And basically in the end, you know, her regular bass player couldn't do it anymore, so I ended up taking over as the main bass player here. To work with Carolyn, it's just like, I don't know, it's a lot of fun. She's pretty set, like when she knows what she wants, she's gonna do it. But having said that, she's pretty open-minded. She's really good. Actually, you know, she's a smart person. You know, she's a smart singer, great great promoter, great businesswoman. I've actually picked up a lot of stuff from her, like in my own promoting myself and all that from her, like both indirectly and directly. Yeah, she's just a lot of fun to play with. And, you know, I'm hoping that I'm going to be playing with her for a while.
Carolyn has probably been the biggest breath of fresh air in years. You know, her energy, her positivity, it's just been something that's been amazing. You know, it's not a big money-making thing. I mean, most club owners would have stopped this a long time ago. But you know what? The people she brings in here and the energy she brings in, it's been absolutely amazing. You know, I mean, just conversing with her, just hanging out with her, and just what she brings to the spot. I mean, she's brought the spot to another level, like really truly, on her own with the people and the musicians. She's awesome. She's my girl. You know what I mean? Like, we've been very fortunate to have her doing what she's doing here, especially for what she does it for. You know, so it's been absolutely insane. No regrets whatsoever. We can do this as long as she's willing to put up with me.
I don't remember exactly how I met Carolyn, but we hit it off. I mean, she's a great person. She has a very big sense of humor, and I really admire that. It's not always common to meet for lack of a better term, diva. I shouldn't even say she's a diva. Just a great vocalist that has a huge sense of humor and very sarcastic, very dry, and non-PG-13, which is cool too, right? So yeah, so we hung out and we hit it off, and anyways, we ended up gigging together. We did a couple of gigs, and I just really liked the music that she was playing and the diversity of the music she was playing. Everything from jazz, blues to funk, soul, R&B, I just had the fortune of coming and doing the jam on these Mondays. It's been a great opportunity to sit and not only play with the house band, but listen and play and hear some of these amazingly talented Torontonian musicians, or musicians stopping in from out of town and sitting in, people you've never heard of before, and sometimes even playing music you've never heard of before, and the cool thing is that when you have something that's so great that works for a long period of time, you get to see people who come back maybe like weekly or monthly develop their vocabulary, their musical maturity, and I think not only are the players that are like the house players developing, but you see the people coming up, how like they were great and now they're amazing, or they were good and now they're becoming great, and it's just it's ridiculous how much talent there is in the city, and how much people you've never heard of before, and just when you think you've heard it all or seen it all, or and even like with repertoire, people will come up and they'll call tunes you've never heard before. So I think you're always developing as a musician, and I just have the great fortune of playing with someone like Carolyn who's always challenging me. Like, we're learning new tunes every week. I think it's a very fresh, very vibrant thing that's happening, and I'm great to be a part of it. Carolyn, she's one of the most professional vocalists I've worked with, and everybody's pretty positive, and they're probably some of the most supportive people I've met in Toronto. So it's probably one of the hippest jams, I'd say.